Hey, what's up YouTube? So I'm going to be bringing you guys a Stamina Nightblade build for the Greymoor patch. If you're looking for something unique and fun to play, then I definitely recommend trying this out. I'm going to go ahead and buff up real quick so I can show you guys the stats, and then we'll get into the setup. Okay, so my continuous attack ran out. I had to run and go grab a resource real quick, but let's go ahead and take a look at the stats. Let's pop a tripod. We got continuous. Let's hit our weapon damage glyph. We're looking at 5k weapon damage, 2.5k stam recovery, and 1.5k magicka regen. Okay, so let's get into the gear. I am running New Moon on the front bar, Senshi on the back bar, Swarm Mother, Domahos, 3-piece Swift, and last but not least, Snow Treaders. I think this is one of the best items ZeniMax has ever added to the game. It's opened up a lot of options for me on my skill bar. It's opened up a lot of build options for people. And all around, I think these mythics are just a really great idea. Now, they did change Senshi. It no longer gives you the weapon crit and weapon damage. It gives you critical damage. And I think that pairs really well with the fact that you can set people off balance through roll dodge now, and the fact that I'm a wood elf. You can put out a lot of burst in a very short window. And as far as the Domahos and Swarm Mother go, since I went Swift and they made the change to Swarm Mother to give you the same one piece as Domahos, I wanted to get the max stam back somewhere, but I also get max magicka, and I think that's really important for keeping up a lot of the buffs that I have, which we will definitely get into here in a second. And I think I forgot to mention the poisons. I am running Escapist poisons. These are really good for when you go in with your burst. A lot of the times you can keep yourself from being CC'd by spears, javelins, anything that people are kind of trying to use to basically get you off of them. Getting into the abilities here, you're going to start to see a lot of synergy in the build, and I'll explain some of the choices and why I took them. The front bar is a pretty basic Nightblade setup. You've got Rally, Relentless Focus, Camel Hunter, Surprise Attack, Fear, and Incap. The back bar I'm running Vigor, Channeled Acceleration, Elude, Shade, Cloak, and Temporal Guard. Snow Treaders and Elude pair very well together. You're not spending a lot of resources casting Shuffle at all anymore, so now you can still get the Major Evasion on top of getting Major Expedition from Elude. And the Channeled Acceleration just pairs really well with Senshi because you can double stack into the crit. And Temporal Guard's obviously just there for a little bit of damage mitigation. As far as consumables go, I am running tripods. I do like immovability pots in combination with the Escapist poisons that I'm using and the Swift and 5 well fitted. You can kind of keep yourself from being CC'd almost at all between the boots and immovability pots. Last but not least, I will show you guys where I have my CP set up. I've got 66 into Warlord for break free cost reduction, nothing into Sprinter because I am wearing Snow Treaders, so you can't sprint in combat anyway. I've got 64 into Mooncalf, 37 to Arcanist because I am running the gold food and I might as well get some extra magicka recovery out of it, and a little bit into Tenacity to boost up those off-balance heavy attacks. Those are very crucial for sustain this patch, and I find it to be really good. 66 into Tumbling. I am wearing 5 well fitted now with the changes to base Impin. Makes it really easy to stack into a lot of roll dodge cost reduction and makes it very cheap. I've got 23 into Blessed. You can probably move some around and put some more or less here if you feel like you need some more healing. I decided to go with more of a glass cannon roll dodge build and just kind of try to avoid damage altogether. I've got 39 physical weapon expert. I chose to put it here instead of shattering blows because you're not always fighting somebody with a damage shield and I don't want to waste any CP. And I have 81 in Master at Arms. Basically just enough to get the Tactician passive, which pairs very well with the Senshi and a lot of other things that we have going on with the build. I I did stack into precise strikes and piercing, not so much mighty. You guys can probably yell at me for doing that wrong. But with Senshi, the channeled acceleration, and the Wood Elf passive giving pen and crit, I found this to be working pretty well so far. I might toy around with it. Maybe some of you math junkies out there can tell me what a better setup is. And for the red tree, 51 into resistant. I think I still have around 3k crit resist. If you want to put some somewhere else, like I said, feel free. 66 into ironclad for those times that you're not roll dodging and you're kind of forced to take quite a lot of damage this patch, especially with things like the Malakath band in the game. You're going to be taking some pretty hefty crystal frags and things like that. I've got 40 into thick skinned, 43 elemental defender, 43 hardy, and 27 into quick recovery. So I think that about does it for the build, guys. If I missed anything, if you have any comments or questions, feel free to leave it down below. I really hope you guys like it. Try it out, kite some people around the tower, and enjoy Greymoor.